How you doing, guys? It's funny, I think we all can relate to something. We never know how good we have it until we kiss it goodbye. After coming with some issues I had going on in the early to mid 90s, I led a relatively simple, happy life from the late 90s to the mid 2000s. Actually, had a smile on my face. A lot. Then I kissed all that goodbye and became a JW. Didn't realize what I was doing at the time. Last video I talked about the JW dating scene. That seemed to be a very big issue with these people. And I thought I made it clear, no, not for me. I was always big on keeping my private life my private life. Whoever I saw was who I saw. They didn't need to be involved. Thought I made a point and they were listening. No. Funny. After I was baptized, things changed drastically. Mind you, that was a video clip from one of my earlier videos about almost 3 years ago. And I had come across it a few days ago. And now at the time, this JW couple, being my Bible instructor and his wife, had tried to marry me off. Not just once, but twice. Once shortly after I was baptized, and the second time just months before I left. After watching the video, I hadn't touched on the reasons why, and at the time, it didn't even dawn on me as to why. Now, I was very upset about that. I felt very offended, and they couldn't understand why, but I was like, are you telling me there's something wrong with me that you have to find me a wife? Well, the real reason as to why was the lack of control. Now, when I came into the organization, I had no family in. And what they tried to do was create a reason for me to stay there. Now, at any time, from start to finish, I could have packed up and left, which is what I eventually had done. They had tried this in 2007, shortly after I was baptized, and I flat out told them no. I was extremely on guard. The second time they had tried it was when I was on my way out. And at this point in time, I felt less threatened because I realized that the final say was in my court, whether they liked it or not. Now, my Bible instructor, he was a control freak, and he thought he had domain over my existence. But the only place he actually had control over me was in his pea brain. But this was his way of gaining control. Now, the elders basically could not get anywhere with me, especially towards the end. With the judicial hearings, I was a master at shooting them off in so many different directions, and they realized it was good not to mess with Vinny too much. Not my Bible instructor. He wasn't the quickest thinker in the world. As a matter of fact, I think he barely graduated second grade. But what he had done on 2 occasions was tried to hook me up with, of course, friends of he and his wife, which was kind of stupid in that part. Now, I put my foot down after I was baptized, and I'm like, don't even go there. He and his wife flat out denied having anything to do with it. Oh, that wasn't our intention. Yes, it was. And they tried it again in 2016 when I was just months away from leaving. The sorry thing was they're not thinking. Now, it was obvious that I had 1 foot out the door, that I could leave at any time. I didn't have family in, so what did they try to do? They tried to create a reason to keep me there. But from their perspective, what would have happened had I did marry one of them and left anyways? Not only would have that caused a problem in my household, but would have caused a problem for their so-called friend. Because now she's in the middle. And the fact is, how well did they know me? How well did I know her? There were just too many unknowns. But like I said, they really weren't thinking. They were too adamant, and these were things early on that I had never noticed. Like I said, I had no family in, but what did they try to do? They found out I had family in town, and they were adamant that I bring them to the Kingdom Hall. No, they're here to visit me, not the Kingdom Hall. And when I showed up at the Kingdom Hall that week without them, they were pretty upset. That kind of got me thinking, so maybe I better not bring them here. Because what would have happened had they become JWs and I decided to leave. They would have used them to hold me hostage, much like they would have used a possible wife had I gotten married. Everybody knows that JWs use emotional blackmail. This is why many people are stuck in the organization, because of their families. And if somebody goes in without any family members, they will go out of their way to create a reason to keep you there. They will try and marry you off and flat out deny it. Now, the last time they had done it to me, I knew what they were trying to do. And at this point in time, I knew I was leaving, so there was no big deal. What they did was they gave this woman my phone number. And that is a no-no. If somebody doesn't have my phone number, it's not up to somebody else to give it to them. I was pretty pissed off. I called them up and tore into them about that. Oh, we didn't give it to her. We don't know how she got it. Well, not too many people have my phone number, so yeah, you do know who gave it to her. I got a text one morning from this woman. Said, if you ever need somebody to talk to that you can trust. Now, JWs aren't the quickest thinkers in the world, because those are the people that I would trust the least. Anybody who says you can trust me. That was a warning right there. Well, JWs also knew I had multiple phones, and they only had a number to the one. So this is when I started using my other phones, and I'm like, I don't even want to talk to these people. But by chance, you are in the organization. If you don't have family in the organization, keep in mind that they will try and create one just to hold you hostage. It's pretty damn cold to pull that. Particularly when I told them flat out that I was not interested in getting married. Definitely not in the org anyways. There's just too many rules. But these are things that they will try and do. If you don't have family in, they will attempt to create one. But I just wanted to get that out there, guys. And if you are fading, don't give them any reason to hold on to you. You guys have a good day. I will talk to you soon.